मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। How ninda, criticism, censure of oneself by others can be looked upon as a bhushana, an ornament. Generally what happens? We become sad if somebody criticizes. They say you can be happy. How? Let us say that viveka is being shown. Man nindaya yadi janaha paritosham eti. Yadi, in case, man nindaya, mama nindaya, by my criticism, by my censure, if people what derive, eti means get, means derive what? Paritosham, joy. So if they are happy, nano, indeed, this is may means for me or on me, aprayatna janitaha anugraha. I am. What is this? This means people deriving joy, happiness by criticizing me, certainly I will consider as what? It is anugraha, a favor on me, a blessing on me. How? Aprayatna janitaha, born without any efforts on my part. You may wonder, how is it so? If others criticize me, how it can be a great favor on me without putting forth any effort on me? Let us see now. Shreyarthino. Shreyarthino.
Shreyorthino.
Yes.
Manindaya yadi janaparito.
No. Shreyorthino. That is over.
Shreyorthino hi purusha paritushti hetoho. Dukkha jitanyapi dhanani parityajanti.
So this is the reason. Do you know why? Look, people who want Shreyas. Shreyas means good, where? Hereafter. By earning punya. What they do? See, they what did Shreyarthana Purushaha. So what they do? They please others by serving the people who are in need, etc., for which they spend even their hard-earned money. See, look, Shreyarthinaha Purushaha Paratushti Hetoho, to please others, because either in terms of punya or to show that what? They are great because they are helping others. In either way means for their good. Shreyarthi, he wants Shreyas. For Paratushtheto, what they do? Dukkharjitani api dhanani parityajanti. This parityajanti, give means spend. Spend their own money. What money? Dukkharjitani, that they have earned with great effort. Means what we call hard-earned money also, they sacrifice for what? Shreyas, by pleasing others. Is it not? And how do I get? See, look. See, I am making the other people happy without spending a naya paisa, without a effort on my part. That will be now very clear now.
Satata sulabadaine disukhe jivaloke. Yadi mama parivadat priti mapnoti kaschit. Parivadatu yateshtam mat samaksham tirova. जगति बहु दुखे दुर्लभ प्रीति योगः
सतत सुलभ दैने निस्सुखे जीवलोके. जीवलोke means in this world. And what is the nature of this world? Satata sulabha daine. Sorrow is always obtained very easily. There is no difficulty in gaining the sorrows in this world. So in this world, Jivaloke, wherein Dainya, sorrow is satata, continuously is what? Very easily obtained, and that world is like this. Nissukhe. In which world there is no sukha means sukha is very rare. Sometimes you may get some joy, happiness, but the joy or happiness is very rare, whereas sorrow is abundantly available without any much effort. In such world, says, now listen, yadi, in case, mama parivadat, by my censure, by my criticism, says, kaschit priti mapnoti. If someone is deriving joy by what? Criticizing me. So criticizing me, if kaschit pritim apnoti, gains happiness, he says, mat samaksham tirova yatheshtam parivadatu. Let yatheshtam is to the heart's content, let them parivadatu, criticize me, censure me when? Mat samaksham, in front of me, or tirova, or behind me, in my absence. Whether in my presence or in my absence, let them criticize me to their heart's content. Why? Thereby they are deriving what? So much of joy, where in this world, where sorrow is readily available and joy is very rare. Am I not doing great service? Huh? So, see, this attitude itself, otherwise somebody criticizes what the whole world becomes bitter for you. That fellow, is just, you see, I helped that fellow and still so what he is criticizing me, etc. See how healthy outlook it is. And it is true. It is not just a bluff at all. If somebody is happy on account of you, are certainly earning what? Punya. So this is what it is. So why? You say, Jagati bahu dukkhe durlabha priti yogaha. In this world, and what type of world? Bahu dukkhe jagati. In this world, which is replete with, full of what? Sorrow. Priti yoga. Priti yoga here is, don't think, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga, this are the priti yoga. This is priti yoga means acquisition of joy. So acquisition of delight, acquisition of joy is what? Durlabha, very, very difficult to get. In such world, if someone derives happiness by criticizing me, I will consider it as a very great favor done on me. Because people, what they do? They spend their hard-earned money to make others happy in terms of charity, service, etc. And I am getting it without any spending, without any efforts. Really, I consider as great fortune of mine. So therefore what happens? Ninda also can become a bhushana, an ornament. See how healthy outlook it is. Now, avamanasya bhushanatvam smaryate. The insult. Now see, if somebody insults you, how do you feel about it? He says, even that insult can be considered as an ornament. So ornament, you can be happy about it. How? Let us see.
तथा चरेत वै योगी सतां धर्ममदूषयन् जना यथावमन्येरन् गच्छेयुर्नैव सङ्गतिम् इति।
So yogi satam dharmam adushayan tatha vai chareta. A yogi, which is yogi, a person who is aspiring for Jivan Mukti, and as a sadhana for which he is taking to the practice of Vasanakshaya and Manonasha. And Manonasha means Ashtanga Yoga Abhyasa is certainly involved in that. So therefore, such a yogi. So also it applies to any mumukshu also. It can be taken for mumukshu or any jnani also. See, he should conduct always in this manner. How? Satam dharmam adushayan. Satam means Satpurushana, of great Mahatmas, of great people, people who live strictly in accordance with the Dharma. So without adushan means without digressing, without deviating, without violating the conduct of great people, the dharmic people of the Mahatmas. He says, Tatha vai chareta. Let the yogi conduct oneself in life in that manner. In what manner? Second line explains. Yatha janaha avamanneran. In such a way that the people will insult him. Avamanneran. And thereby Naiva sangatim gaccheyuhu, will never seek the company of this person. You may wonder what this fellow is going to accomplish out of this. Two things are accomplished. You know what is that? Because of, suppose instead of insulting, they had honored him, what would have happened? Do you know, I am such a great person. His ego would have got boosted, but who is this person? Not working for self-esteem, okay? So, the person is a yogi who wants to erase the ahankara, to get rid of the erroneous dehatadhatmya, and ahankara is detrimental to this person. And such things are there, honor, etc., respect, etc. are given. What will happen? Ahankara will get boosted, which is harmful to his pursuit of gaining Jivan Mukti. Because thereby the identification with the body will be stronger and stronger. So in Ayurveda parlance, it is apatya. So the accepting honor, etc., is something which is not conducive to this. So, on the contrary, what happens? If others insult this person, vairagya will be more, vairagya will be acute as such, and it will remind him that means the defective, all the doshas in the body, etc., the transient nature of the world, etc., perfect vairagya will come, which is helpful to this person. So therefore, janaha yatha avamanneran, and also second benefit is naiva sangatim gaccheyuhu. People will never seek the company of this person. Ek jeev sadashiv. So he can be always shanti, shanti, shanti. No distraction at all. Otherwise, all people will flock, oh, such a great Mahatma, and all that are nuisance for this person. So what will happen? Say, so that is naiva gaccheyu sangatim. So therefore what should be done is a avamana, insult by others, can be looked upon as ornament or decoration in the case of a yogi. So now, having given the mode of viveka with respect to all, this is for what? To get rid of malina vasanas and cultivate, develop the shubha vasana. And that also in which context? Acquiring jivan mukti. And who is this person? Already a jnani, but still jnana nishtha is not there. This person is unable to make the mind get absorbed in the Atma Swarupa at will. If it were possible, he can certainly enjoy the Jivan Mukti. So in spite of gaining the Brahma Jnana, because being unable to make the mind get absorbed in the Atma Swarupa, what happens? Even though Brahma Jnana is there, this fellow is buffeted by drishta sukha, drishta dukkha. Means the day-to-day sukha dukkhas are still creating the vikshepa, agitation, disturbance in the mind of this person, and these chitta kleshas are denying him the direct cognition of Atma Swarupa. That is the person involved. This should be kept in the mind. This is not to be told to all Tom, Dick, Harry and all that, etc. So, for whom this is advised, that should be very clear. So therefore, a sample mode of attitudes to be developed or dispositions to be developed in the case of Vidyamada, or this is what Ninda, Avamana was given. So, likewise, this is one that one has to take to Viveka with respect to other such things which are malina vasanas and create chitta kalushya, create the impurity in the chitta, so that the chitta nirmalya can be, context is what? Malina vasanas create kalushya. Kalushya means impurity. Impurity means here what? Vikshepa, disturbance, etc. That is to be nullified, for which you have to take to Shubha Vasana. And Shubha Vasanas, for that, such a disposition need to be developed. From that, therefore, it says now, see, look, so like this, one has to cultivate Viveka with respect to few others or many others which are common Malina Vasanas in majority of the people.
याज्ञवल्क्य उशस्तादीनां यौ स्वनिष्ठ परनिष्ठौ विद्यामदौ तयोः यथा विवेकेन प्रतिकारः तथा धनाभिलाष क्रोधयोः अपि अवगन्तव्यः.
So, the remedial measures with respect to Vidyamada, the pride of learning, in whom Swanishtha Paranishtha, that pride of learning, scholasticity, abiding in oneself or in others, in whose case Yajnavalkya Ushastadinam, whatever that was found in the case of Yajnavalkya, Ushastha, Kahola, etc. So these two Vidyamadav, and how they can be counteracted, Tayoho, of those Vidyamada, abiding in oneself and others, Yatha Vivekena Pravitikaraha, the mode by which its pratikara, its prevention or remedy is accomplished by what? Viveka. Is it that was shown, that method was shown? Likewise, tatha, what should be done? One should understand the Viveka with respect to dhanabhilasha krodhayoho api. As for what? Dhanabhilasha, the insatiable thirst for wealth, the constant hankering for wealth, and also what? Krodha, anger. About this also one should know the mode of viveka, the discrimination one has to accomplish or adopt. So that now first the viveka with respect to this malinavasana in terms of dhanabhilasha, hankering for wealth, is being given. See, let us know, why do we aspire for wealth? To be happy, is it not? The purpose of aspiring for wealth is to gain the happiness. Here it is shown, at no stage can the wealth give you happiness. On the contrary, it can give klesha and klesha only. See, here in this context, the vyavaharika utility of wealth is not questioned. For any person to live in this world, a bare minimum wealth, money is certainly required. But what is condemned here as wealth alone as the only goal of life. That is what is to, that is very detrimental to a mumukshu and also to a yogi. So there's a, so now the defects in the, as far as the artha dhanabhilasha, or also called as arthabhilasha. Artha means also the wealth. So that is now being described. This is from Mahabharata.
अर्थानाम् अर्जने क्लेशः तथैव परिपालने नाशे दुःखं व्यये दुःखं विगर्थान् क्लेशकारिणः इति धनविषये विवेकः.
So, look, when the person doesn't have wealth, is he happy or sorrowful? Sorrowful. Okay. Now what he does? He puts forth efforts to earn the wealth. So is he happy? Arthanam arjane kleshaha. To earn the money, what is that? Klesha, afflictions are there. The wealth doesn't come and just enter your pocket. You have to sweat and toil. Means what? Klesha is there or not? Afflictions are there. Okay. Now suppose he got it. With his sweat, he did earn the money. What he has to do now? He has to protect it. Now listen. Tathaiva paripalane klesha. Even in protecting also is klesha. No. I have invested in securities. And the bank itself disappears. Is it not? So, or, no, kept somewhere. So what I do in the currency notes of 1,000 rupees, not in the bank. Safe deposit what I had kept. How much? 2 crores of rupees. But 27th July, deluge in Bombay, what happened? The flood water entered the underground safe deposit vault itself. अभी वो सुखाने को भी डर है. ITO will know. You can't expose that. So therefore, to protect also is what? Klesha. So in many ways, this protection also is there. There is no say. So therefore, no money, certainly sorrow is the affliction. Earning with great distress, I have to earn to protect also is klesha. Nashe, suppose it got destroyed, something happened, certainly dukkham. Vyaye, when spent, ayyo, this much I have to spend, serve also Dukkham. So therefore it says, Kleshakarinaha arthan dhik. Dhik means fie upon. That artha means dhana, the money which is Kleshakarin, which is the one who perpetually produces what? Kleshas, the affliction. So this is what the attitude has to be developed. Now about the anger. Viveka with respect to anger. Here again two varieties. Just like Vidyamada. Vidyamada was what? Swanishtha and Paranishtha. Likewise, anger abiding in oneself with respect to others. And other variety is anger in others towards myself. So what is the viveka in both these cases? Let us see.
क्रोधः अपि विविधः स्वनिष्ठ परविषयः परनिष्ठ स्वविषयः च इति.
So anger also is twofold. What is it? Swanishtha, one anger that is abiding in oneself, in the person himself, but with about whom? With respect to others. Para vishayaha means me getting angry on others. The other variety is paranishtaha, the anger in other persons about whom? Swavishayascha, about me, because they getting angry on me and me getting angry on others. Therefore, two types of angers are there. So the viveka with respect to the anger that is there in me with respect to others, what viveka should be taken? Let us see.
तत्र स्वनिष्ठं परविषयं प्रति एवं उक्तम्. अपकारिणि कोपश्चेत् कोपः कोपे कथं न ते धर्मार्थकाममोक्षाणां प्रसह्य परिपन्थिनी.
Tatra means among these two varieties of angers, tatra swanishtham parakiyam prati evam uktam. Paravishaya prati. Swanishtham. That word is not here in this. Swanishtham, anger abiding in oneself, but what? Paravishaya. About the other person, about that, it is said like this. Before that, let us see one thing. About whom do you get anger? That means with whom do you get angry? One who has done some harm to you or done some injustice to you, is it not? You get angry with those who have done harm to you or done injustice to you. Yes or no? Sure. Now hold on to it, okay? No? Come on. Then the other way. Okay, that is against your will, against your wish. So those about whom you have got affection, and they are not behaving as you think, means what? You had some desire, and they are not behaving according to this thing. Means, is it not something unwanted thing they have done? You are angry with that because that person is not behaving as you want. Means that person has done something against your will, against your wish. Means something which is undesirable. With the person who has done something undesirable, is it not? Or person who has that means done some injustice to you or done harm to you. Now, okay, that you can take as what? Something which is against your wish, means something undesirable. Agreed? Hold on to it. Okay? Now don't change your stand. Fine? So you will be caught. If you change your stand now, you will be caught now. Now this is apakarini kopaschet. If your anger is towards the person who has done apakara. Apakara means something which is the injustice as such. You can take as that harming you or doing something against your wish. All these are included in that. If that is the case, says, chet, apakarini kopaha chet, says, prasayya paripanthini, chet, dharmartha kama mokshanam prasayya paripanthini te, paripanthini kope te kopaha katham na. So you have agreed your anger is with respect to whom? The one who has done some harm to you or injustice you or done something against your wish. Is it okay? Now analyze. You are getting angry. Try to find out how much damage, how much harm this anger is casting on you. You are not aware, that's why you are getting angry. Look, it will be made clear as such. Say, do you know what this kopa does? This kopa is like that. Dharmartha kama mokshanam prasayya paripanthini. To lose your accomplishment in terms of dharma is punya. Artha, it can be in terms of wealth, etc., earning. Kama, fulfillment of desire. Don't ask about moksha. Have you seen in Puranic stories? Great tapasvis losing their entire punya because of getting angry. They used to guard themselves not to get angry with others. Artha, if this fellow is an angry person, nobody will cooperate with the person. Therefore, what that person is going to do? So, kama, desires also, fulfillment also can be obstructed. Moksha, certainly, because angry person means what? Anger means more and more identification with the body. So, therefore, this anger is such a wayside robber which robs you of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Now tell me, apakari or upakari? Apakari or upakari? Apakari. And you get angry with whom? Those who are apakari. Then why don't you get angry with the very anger itself? Getting angry with the very anger itself means what? Not to be angry. Don't become angry. Why? See, other apakaris above with respect to whom you have anger, that apakara is just nothing compared to the loss that you are incurring on account of becoming angry. So therefore, who is the greater apakari now? Anger. Therefore, your anger must be directed toward the anger itself, means you should not get angry. So that's what I say. So dharmartha kama mokshanam paripanthini means in the enemy. Look at you. So who is that? Kope, in the anger. Te, your kopaha, your anger. Katham na. How does it not take place? Means a greater harm is done by whom? Kopa. So therefore, you should not get angry with others. If you get angry with others, what happens? You get yourself subjected to still greater harm caused by or given by that any person who is apakari. This one viveka. Other way of looking like this. So look, you get angry with someone. What is your purpose? Who is apakari? Your intention is to punish the person, is it not? This person did like this, so you get angry and do something to punish the person. Now this act of yours of getting angry with others may fructify in punishing the other person, or it may not fructify in punishing the other person. In either case, it is harmful to you. Let us see.
फलाकिनो धर्म यशोर्थनाशनः सचेदपार्थः स्वशरीरतापनः न चेहनामुत्र हिताय यस्तताम् मनांसि कोपः समुपाश्रयेत् कथम्
You see, Phalanvitaha, that is that you can add there, Kopaha. Kopaha, you can add also Yadi. Yadi Kopaha. If that anger is what? Phalanvitaha means has fructified. Fructified in what? In punishing the apakari, the person who has done injustice, harm or something like that. So, if that is the case, he says, do you know what it does? Dharma yashortha nashanaha. No doubt, it has accomplished what purpose? In punishing the apakari. But at the same time, it has destroyed your dharma. Dharma means punya. Yasha, that is success or your glory. Artha, your wealth. All these it has destroyed in course of time, if it is successful. Suppose your anger is failure. Saha. Saha means that krodhaha. Aparthaha chet. If it has become in vain. Apartha means it has become futile. It has not fructified in punishing the apakari. You know what happens in that case? So you boil within yourself. Already you got angry and you boil within yourself. Swasharira tapanaha. It is the one which torments one's own body. That is not sleep. All those who have the habit of getting angry have gastric problems. Yes, Shama. The first thing, they don't have proper digestive capacity. That is the migraine. When stomach garbad means, see, cause of headache is not in the headache, it is in the stomach. You always know for certain. Most of the causes of headache are in the stomach and not in the head. So that is that. So therefore, Swasharira tapana. Even from health standpoint, anger is not at all good. Certain secretions take place, and those secretions to go out of the blood, it takes about 2 to 3 months. You know, they were old, when the actual incident is quoted. A lady quarreled with the neighboring lady. Right, village is better now. And that quarrel came to such an extent, so they said, abusing, and this happened. It went on for a half an hour. And at that time, that small baby child cried because it was hungry. And she was having the breast milk. She went and fed the baby child. Child died. The child died. For other things. See, especially beef, etc., or bull. When they kill, who wants to get die as such? They resist in such a way with anger is there. Maybe a bull and this thing, and all those secretions, because that bull is not going to die immediately as such, it resists, and at that time it gets circulated in the blood, and those who eat the beef have to pay the price. I think it once in America, New York it happened, I think. Many had the problem because one hefty bull means it struggled in such a way that all those secretions went in the beef, and then it created a problem. So like this, see, such secretions do take place. Even from health standpoint, it is not good. Swasharira Santapanaha. Now, if this is the case, see, look. So your own norm was what? About whom you should get angry? Or you do get angry? Apakari, is it not? Can there be greater apakari than this kopa? So therefore it says, Yaha means, Yaha means that kopa, well, the one who means that kopa, Iha nacha amutra hitaya na means the anger who is not for your hita benefits here or amutra hereafter means the anger which is not for your good either here or hereafter. Saha, that anger, who is that saha? Kopaha, saha, kopaha, satam manausi katham samupashrayet. Satam manausi, satam here means vivekinam, of the vivekis, manausi, so that is the mind, accusative. So manausi, so katham upashrayet, how it can take ashraya, resort in the mind of viveki, in the sense viveki will never allow the anger to enter one's own mind because it is so harmful. Therefore, this is the iti swavishayam prati evam iritam. Continuing, it is there. Swavishayam prati evam iritam means this is said viveka. This is the viveka told about the no, not that way. Okay. This is the viveka told about the one which is abiding in oneself, paravishayam prati, with respect to others. Now, anger in others about whom? Swavishayam prati, towards ourselves. So, iti evam iritam. It is said like this. Means what is evam iritam? Evam vivekaha. So, vivekaha evam, it is told like this. So, what is it? Name aparadha.
Name paradha kimakarane drunam madabhyasuyetyapi naiva chintayet nayat kruta pragbhava bandha niskrutihi tato paradha paramonuchintyatam.
See, generally, somebody gets angry about you, about this person. Two possibilities are there. If that person gets angry with this person will make him, that he will see that he loses the teeth. That is one variety. Provided this fellow is stronger than other person. If the other person is stronger, so what can be generally? At times such feeling can come. See, I have not done any mistake. Why this person should get angry? Why this? I don't know why he gets angry with me. He says, even such, that means, thought should not come in the mind of the person. He says, me aparadaha no. Look, I have not committed any mistake. Kim akarane nrinam. Yes. Kim akarane nrinam madabhyasuya. Why nrinam of these people? Akarane means me who is not the cause of any apakara to these people. You say, why? Madabhyasuya. Their abhyasuya means here anger or censure towards whom? Me. Why should they do all these things? I have not done anything to them at all. So, iti api naiva chintaye. Like this also one should not think. Because this also creates chitta kalushya. The mind becomes disturbed because of that. Like this also one should not think. You may wonder why not so. See, now according to you, it is whose mistake? Aparadha is whose? You say, I have not done any mistake. And without any mistake on your part, what they say? They are getting angry with you. Therefore, according to you, whose mistake? It is their mistake. Is it not? Agreed? Okay. Now you say, it is your mistake. It is your mistake. Do you know why? You have made yourself available to get subjected to the anger of other person. Do you know why? If you had got Atma Jnana in the past life, if you had got Atma Jnana in the past life, this Janma, this body will not be there. With whom are they going to be angry? Come on. He says like this. Now see, let us see. Prag bhava bandha nishkriti or nisriti. Prag bhava bandha nisriti or nishkriti. He says, so that is there. Yat na krita. Yat means here yasma. Because of the reason, see what you have not done. Prag bhavabandha nishkriti means yataha is yasmat. Yasmat, because of the reason that you had not taken to the remedial measure to get freed from the bhavabandha, bondage of samsara. When you have to do it, you should have done it in the past life. Had you done that in the past life, you would not have been reborn. If you are not reborn, there is no body with whom that fellow is going to get angry. Is it not? So, but now that person is capable of getting angry with you because you have provided yourself to get subject to anger of others. Therefore, yataha, because prag bhava bandha nisruti means so far the freedom from bondage of samsara you have not accomplished. So therefore what happens? Nisruti na kruta is that tataha. For that reason, what had happened now? Paramaha mama aparadha iti chintyata. Whose mistake is greater? My mistake. So I didn't get the knowledge and put a stop forever to this birth as such, and therefore, so if others get angry, why do you get distressed about that? So therefore, better think properly. So that way also don't allow that is to get yourself disturbed because other persons are. So they are getting angry with you or censuring, etc. Don't do that. So this is with respect to that means others getting angry with you. Besides this, you should be thankful to Kopa. You should be thankful to this anger itself. How? Let us see.
नमोस्तु कोपदेवाय स्वाश्रयज्वालिने वृषम् कोप्यस्य मम वैराग्य दायिने दोषबोधिने.
See, if I had got the Atma Jnana in the past life, there would not have been any occasion for anyone to get angry with me. Now others are getting angry with me. So now because of Viveka, my eyes are getting opened now. Because of who? Because of this anger, because of this. So therefore, I should be very grateful to this. So my namaskara to this deity of who? Say, Bhrisham swashraya jwaline kopyasya mama vairagya daine dosha bodhine kopa devaya namaha astu. let my salutations be to this Kopa Deva. He is called as God now because he has been good to you. Therefore, Namostu Namaha Astu. Kopa Devaya Namastu. What type of Kopa Deva he is? He says, Bhrisham. Bhrisham means very much. So what does it do? Swashraya Jwaline. The Kopa, anger, who very much burns his own ashraya, his own seat. Means anger, what does it do? Burn means totally harms the person who entertains anger. So that is what it is. Swashraya Jwaline. Jwaline means one who burns. What? One's own ashraya. Whose ashraya? Ashraya of the Kopa. Kopa is the one who very much burns the very seat or the ashraya of itself, that Kopaya, that Jwaline unto that Kopa. And again, what type of Kopa it is? Kopyasya mama vairagyadayine. And one who confers, gives vairagya to me. And who is that me? Kopyaha. Kopyaha means one who is the object or Vishaya of others' anger. But they get angry with me. I am the object, Vishaya of anger of others. So therefore, the Kopa gives Vairagya to whom? Me, who is the object, Vishaya of others' anger. So therefore, Kopyasya Mama Vairagya Daine. Again, that Kopa who is Dosha Bodhin, Dosha Bodhine, who makes me realize my great mistake. What mistake? I did not get the knowledge in the past life that Kopa Devaya Namaha Astu. Let there be my salutations to that Kopa Deva. So this way, what is this? The Viveka with respect to Kopa, abiding in oneself, about others, and the Kopa, anger, abiding in others with respect to oneself. Thereby, one should get freed from the Kopa. So that is it. So now, like this, the Viveka with respect to Vidyamada, Dhanabhilasha, Krodha have given few others.
धनाभिलाषा क्रोधवत् योषित पुत्राभिलाषा
लाशौ अपि
पुत्राभिलाषौ अपि विवेकेन निवर्तनीयौ तत्र योषित विवेकः वसिष्ठेन दर्शितः.
Dhanabhilasha Krodhavat, like in the case of Dhanabhilasha, hankering for wealth, money, Krodha, anger, like that. So what should be done? These abhilashas also nivartaniyau. Nivartaniya means tektavyau, should be given up. What are those? Yoshit abhilasha, putra abhilasha. So Yoshit abhilasha is the desire for a woman, means married life. A desire for married life, conjugal happiness. So other one is Putra Abhilasha, desire for, hankering for progeny. These also should be given up. So, Nivartaniya means Tektav, Tektavyav, not Tektav. Tektavyav should be given up. So, by Viveka. So, Tatra, among these, Viveka, about Yoshit Abhilasha, Stri Abhilasha, and Putra Abhilasha, he says first, Yoshit Vivekaha. So the Viveka with respect to Yoshid Abhilasha, Stri Abhilasha, Vasishtena Darshitaha is pointed out by who? Sage Vasishta means it is so said where? In the Yoga Vasishta. Now before proceeding, have an objective vision, especially ladies, okay? There is no criticism or condemnation of women here. So what is condemned here is mutual fascination between the man and the woman, the hankering for the married life, that is what is, that marital happiness, that is what is criticized, and nothing, because if you go literally, it appears as though as a very sarcastic, very caustic criticism of woman. It is not so at all. Why? Because what is told about the woman equally applies to the man, because this is a mutual fascination. Wherever there is the word stri, if you replace it by purusha, wherever the word purusha, here purusha means man, not sahasra shirsha purusha. So wherever the word man is there, you replace by woman, same thing holds good. Okay, let us have an objective here. Otherwise, women's lib. This is not meant for women's lib. It is meant for have an objective vision, etc. Other thing, Vasishtena Darshita, he said. This is not told by Vasishtha. Do you know who has told this? If in the court of appeal is there, you have to go to the one who has told it. Do you know who has that? It is found in Yoga Vasishtha, but it is by none other than Lord Rama. The context is like this. You know what is the context? Vishwamitra comes. And Dasharatha is very happy. And he straight away says, you ask whatever, I will give you. And he says, please send Rama with me. He gets the shock and says, how can I send a 16-year-old tender boy, etc., etc. At that time, Rama had returned from Yatra. And he was in a total indifferent mood. It means total indifference towards everything, not eating, not talking, not drinking, not sleeping, etc., not conversing or mixing with anyone. They were missing. And Vishwamitra said, he said, Maharaj, this is the condition. What? Call him here. So Rama is summoned in the assembly. So Vishwamitra asks, what is the matter? And Rama starts perfect vairagya, and this is the part of it. Okay, this is the part. There is one place. Brahman means he is addressing to who? Brahmarshi Vishwamitra. This is told by, of course, he has told entire thing. And after Vishwamitra says, oh, this is the vairagya of the level of Shuka. And therefore says Vasishtha, oh Brahmarshi, you please teach him the Adhyatma Vidya which was imparted to you by who? Brahmaji, because he is Manasaputra. So that is the context. So therefore, all that is given here is by who? Lord Rama is telling Vishwamitra to make him understand what is his disposition. It should be taken to very objectively. I am telling repeatedly because the wording is at very high level. It is going on, very caustic criticism as if it appears as that. Okay.
Mausa Panchalicayastu Yastra Lolenga Panjare Snaivasti Granthi Shalinyaha Striya Kimiva Shobhanam.
This is what a beauty is that in a stri, he says. You know what is it actually? Snayu Asthi Granthi Shalinyaha Mausa Panchalikayaha Tu Striyaha Yantralole Anga Panjare Kim Iva Shobhanam. It's all a description. You say, who is this? This stri, woman, who is this? He says, he is nothing but endowed with all this. Snayu, muscle. Asthi, that is bones. Granthi, granthi here is bosom. Granthi general means any bulging shape is called as granthi. Here it is bosoms. So that means Granthi Shalinyaha, endowed with this. Mausa Panchalikayaha, of the Panchalika means a doll or a puppet made up of what? Mamsa, flesh. Striyaha, Striyaha is sixth case singular in the sense of locative. In the woman, here it is Striyaha means, though it is sixth case, meaning has to be taken as the locative in the woman of such type, and who is Yantralole Anga Panjare, which is Yantralola means which is automatic in its functioning. So Anga Panjare, a strange contraption, a cage or a strange device functioning on its own, in such Stri, Kim Iva Shobhanam. What a great beauty is there. The Kim Iva Shobhanam. So now I say, no. What do you think? The eyes are very beautiful. Eyes are very, now it is analyzed. Before that, see what a beauty is there. It seems Ravana once got angry with Lord Shiva. He said, Bhagavan, what type of creation you have made? Why? Shiva asked, what happened? He said, why have you made woman beautiful and the man ugly? Shiva said, because you are blind on account of lust, karma, you have lost the common sense. See, look, beauty, there is nothing called beauty or ugly. It is only a concept of one's own mind. See, it is in the Kannada it said, Hetta Taige Heggana Muddu. What it means is, to the mother Tai, who is that? Hetta. Hetta means one who has delivered. What? A child. And the child is like a Heggana, like a rat, most ugly. But to that mind it is what? To the mother it is Muddu. Oh, very, very beautiful. So like this beauty is a concept. And still if you don't agree with me, look at peacock and peahen. Look at peacock and peahen. Who is beautiful? Male or female? Male is beautiful. So therefore, creation is of varied things. Really, there is nothing called as beauty. It is only a concept of the. In fact, in the world we can find out. So, people think so and so beautiful, and so others will not dare to cast the eye on the person. So therefore, it is there. So now this is a general fascination between the man and the woman. What a great beauty is there, etc. Now if you say, no, eyes are very beautiful, very good. Wait, let us analyze now. Where is that so-called beauty in the eyes of a woman? Let us see now. You see, look here. So what is that? That eye is being analyzed. Huh? How is it? Twak ma. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayanta. Soma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo